Hey everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Viber Reviews. This week's movie is Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. It is directed by Zack Snyder. It stars Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot, Lawrence Fishburne, and many other superstars. First of all, let me tell you that Batman vs Superman was a movie of two halves. The first half was more about an introduction to the new characters. There was a great conflict that showed Batman and Superman going through their own personal conflicts, where Superman was more about, he's trying to get accepted by the people, but whatever he tries to do, it doesn't work out. Batman, on the other side, was present at the attacks that took place in Metropolis, if you remember from Man of Steel. The entire scene was shown from Batman's point of view as to how he saw the destruction and what he assumed what Superman could do. And that entire build-up was, I would say, average, the way the director portrayed it. There were a lot of scenes that were dragged. The storylines was kind of incomplete. The subplots weren't there enough to really get you going. Well, you really have to be a DC comic fan to understand what's happening. But for people who are not DC comic fans, or they're seeing this movie just for the first time or experiencing Batman and Superman, it's really not fair on their part, because they would really not understand many things. Well, having said that, let me talk to you about first the performances. Ben Affleck as Batman was kick-ass. He was good, he was dark, he was quick, the fights were good, the thinking behind Batman was fantastic. Zack Snyder portrayed a fantastic Batman derived from the Arkham game. Henry Cavill was, yes, he's good as Superman, he's great as that character, but he wasn't up to that level that you would expect Superman to be at when you compare him to Christopher Reeves. And Jesse Eisenberg, well, I think there's one thing to be addressed for Jesse Eisenberg, who played Lex Luthor. He was a very different kind of Lex Luthor that Zack Snyder portrayed. Not the one that you see in the comic books, who's more aggressive and more solid. He was more of that fun types. It was kind of like a mix of Lex Luthor and Joker put into one, where I think it was great. I think the way Lex Luthor I think Jesse Eisenberg very well pulled off that role. But I really don't think that the people would accept it, because they came to see Lex Luthor, and that's not what they got. So the performances were average, but other than Ben Affleck. And secondly, the storyline there was not many things pushing to the story. There were not many things tying up properly the way they should. But this was in the first half. The second half was another story altogether, where when it does reach that level where it does come down to Batman and Superman fighting each other on the screen, I don't think there's a better director than Zack Snyder who could have pulled this off. It was amazing. The visuals were good, the fights were good, the conflict that kept taking place between them, they kept talking between the fights, and it really worked out. And after that, when they introduced Doomsday into this, and Justice League, when you see the first trio of Justice League, that's Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, you just keep looking at the screen, you're awestruck, you don't know what to do. And when you think about that, when you see those visuals, you really believe that DC Comics has got something big in their pocket for Justice League, which will be releasing next year probably. Well, at the end, I would like to say that Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice was a good movie. It was a movie, like I said, of two halves. The first half was dragged. The second half was very good. The visuals were good. The fights were good. The story was good. Everything eventually tied up. But I feel Zack Snyder could have done a much better job in editing and the way he placed the movie together. And finally, I would like to say Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice is a 3-star, which is ordinary. Thank you for watching Viber Reviews, and if you want to see more, click like and subscribe, and I will post more videos very soon. Thank you.